Hello, students of class 12 Commerce. Welcome to your business studies classes. In our previous class, we have learned about the objectives of management. We have learned about the importance of management also, and nature of management, and also the levels of management, isn't it? So I hope you still remember what we have discussed in our previous class. So today we will take up two important topic. Okay, so the first topic for today's class is functions of management. Here, functions of management. Okay, now we all know that for smooth functioning of an organization, every manager required to perform some primary functions, okay, in order to achieve those organizational goals, isn't it? Every manager has to perform some functions, okay, some primary functions of management that we are going to study. So in these functions of management, I have drawn you some diagram also. So here, the first functions of management, okay, the first primary functions of management is planning. Okay, the first primary functions of management is planning. Now, when we say planning, planning means what? Thinking before doing, isn't it? Planning is thinking before doing. So the basic functions of this management, okay, involve deciding in advance what is to be done, how is to be done, where is to be done, and by whom it is to be done. Okay, so these are some of the questions, okay, which have to be planned in advance. Now, whenever you want to go to some picnic or want to go to some, places, we plan in advance, isn't it, about the day. Okay, so just like that, in an organization also, this planning, okay, the first primary functions of management, this planning means all about thinking. That means we think before we execute the plans, okay. So planning is always futuristic. We plan for future, isn't it? We do not plan for our past, okay. So we plan for future. So we say that planning is always forward looking, okay. That's why it is futuristic, and it is a continuous process that fills the gap between where we are and where we want to reach. Okay, so it is a continuous process and fills the gap where we are and where we want to reach. Okay, so that is about planning. In simple, explanation, planning means thinking before doing. Okay, now the second functions of management is organizing. Okay. Okay, organizing. Now, when we say organizing means what? Bringing together the various resources and establish authority and authority relationship. Bringing together the various resources, that means what? After deciding the organizational objective, the next step is to determine, okay, the various activities and the resources to achieve the same. Okay, so organizing involve, the first one is what? It involves identifying the various activities or identifying the various resources, isn't that? Grouping them under proper head, okay, or assigning duties to individuals and establishing authority and responsibility relationship. Now, when we say authority and responsibility relationship, we have studied in the levels of management, isn't it? Hierarchy of management. So that hierarchy of management is been divided into three. That is the top level, middle level, and the supervisory level. Yes or no? So all those levels are interdependent with one another. That means one head is there who is giving order to the subordinate, and the subordinate take that order and give it to the lower one. Okay, so like that, it establish a relationship. Okay, authority and authority, establish authority relationship in an organization. So organizing is nothing but bringing together all the resources to achieve an organizational goal. So that is organizing. Then come to the third function, that is called staffing. Okay. Yes, staffing. Now, what is this staffing? We know that organization is a place where group of people come together and work, isn't it? Group of people come together and work for a common cause. Now, when we say staffing, here staffing relates to employees, the people who are working in that organization. It can be sometimes called as human resources also. Now, here staffing is nothing but finding the right man and placing him to do the right job. finding the right man and placing him to do the right job. That is the work of the functions of staffing. Here, under this staffing, these are the activities that take place, okay? Recruitment, isn't that? Recruitment, selection, placement, training, or, development of the employees. So all those activities takes place in staffing, okay? Coming to the fourth one, that is directing. Directing, okay? Now, when we say directing means giving direction, isn't it? Giving direction. Now here, in this directing, the functions, it involves leading, guiding, supervising, motivating, okay? And then, the employees in order to perform well. You got it, isn't it? Guiding is like, for example, because of this lockdown period, isn't it? Every one of us are locked in our own homes, okay? But we teachers, we are trying our level best and then guiding you in your, in preparing your lesson through this platform. Yes or no? So this is also one way of guiding. You got it, isn't it? So in an organization also, proper guidance is required. Proper supervision is required so that all the activities are being done properly or executed properly, okay? So this directing helps to convert plans into action. Now see, the first function was planning, isn't it? Planning means what? We will do this, we will do that. We set for long-term plans, short-term plans. All those plannings are taking place. Then organizing, yes or no? Organizing, then staffing, isn't it? Putting the right person to the right job. Then directing. Directing means actual actions takes place. The plan is actually, converted into action. Okay, so under here, motivation takes place, communication, okay, communication from the top level to bottom, from the bottom to the top, okay, communication takes place, leadership, isn't it? Leadership styles, there are different types of leadership, okay, leadership and supervision. So these are the activities which are done in directing. The last functions of management is controlling. Controlling. This is the last function, but one of the most important function of management. You got it, isn't it? This is the last function, but one of the most important functions in management, okay? Because it involves, okay, comparing the actual performance with the established standard. That means what? In this controlling, okay, in this function, what we do is that, what an organization do is that, they see whether the activities are performed according to the plan or not. The organization sets goals, isn't it? So this is the checking area, whether this organization, this plans has been executed according to the activities has been executed according to the plans or not. So here, this is the checking area, the monitoring area, okay? So that's why it says that it involves comparing the actual performance with the established standards, and then if any deviation, if there is any, kind of like a mistake or anything, take some corrective actions in order to ensure that the activities are going according to the plan. Okay, so in this function, an organization, see whether they have committed any mistakes or not. Is there any error or not? Okay, and also they also come with new challenges. If there is any new challenges, isn't it? They will see how to tackle those challenges. So this is a monitoring function, okay, in management. So these are the functions of management. The first function, primary function of management, the first is planning, then organizing, then staffing, then directing, then controlling. Okay, these are the 5 important functions in management. Now, let me just, you see in the board, you see the arrow mark, isn't it? Planning, then the arrow mark is directed towards organizing, and it is directed towards staffing, it is directed toward directing and controlling, then again planning, isn't it? So, what does this arrow signify? This arrow signifies that the functions of this management keeps on going. That means an organization has achieved, all these steps, isn't it? And has achieved the, last function also. Then done. Okay, we are done with, our plans and anything like that. It does not work in that way. Okay, so after controlling, then again the organization will start planning, then again organizing. So it is an ongoing process. It is a continuous process. Okay. So what I want to tell you is that these functions of management, your first part, okay, part A portion, is being the chapters is being divided into this topics. That means you have a separate topic for planning also, organizing also, staffing also, directing and controlling. Okay, so your first chapter, the first part of your chapter, okay, the books is being divided into these functions. So it will be when you go through your, any chapter, you will find it a little bit easy. Okay, at least you know the concept, isn't it? So these are the functions of management. Now, coming to the last topic, okay, for this chapter, one important topic, that is coordination. Okay, coordination. Okay, this is the last topic for this chapter. Okay, after finishing this chapter, we will be done with the first chapter. So, what is coordination? Coordination means act of arranging and putting things in order. It is an act of arranging and putting things in order. So, in order to achieve an organizational objective, the managers have to give a common direction, okay, to group efforts and the working of different departments. Now see, in an organization, there are different departments, different heads. Marketing department is quite different from sales department. Sales department is different from finance department. Finance department is different from purchase department, isn't it? So all these departments work in isolation and they work independently. That's why the work of this coordination is to bring all those together and work for a common purpose. Okay, so that is the concept of coordination. Coordination is nothing but it synchronizes the efforts of different groups of persons from various units in an organization. That means what? Synchronizes means what? Operate at the same rate, isn't it? So all those heads or departments has to organize at the same level, at the same rate, okay, in order to achieve an organizational goal. Now, we will go through why is coordination considered to be the essence of management. Essence of management. Okay, when we say this essence means what? Soul or core. Okay, or maybe center. Okay, so okay. Now, this coordination is considered to be the essence of management. This coordination is considered to be the core, the center of management. Okay, so see, this coordination is not a separate function of management, but in fact it is the essence of management. It is not a functions of management. Okay, you have to understand that one. Many students used to get confused that coordination is also a functions of management, but it is not a functions of management, but it is considered to be the core, the essence of management. Why? Because absence of coordination weakens the effects of authority and responsibility in the organization. So, why is coordination considered to be the essence of management? Because it links and binds. Okay, that means what? See? It links and binds all the other functions of management together. That's why it is considered as an integral part of management and not a separate function. That means this coordination combines all the other functions. Okay, all the other functions, that's why it is considered as an essence of management. Now coming to the characteristics of coordination. Okay, characteristics of coordination. Let us see the some points. It integrates group effort. Yes or no? That means it brings all the heads of the departments, every individual together and then strive for one common goal, isn't it? So it integrates group effort. The second one is it ensures unity of action. Yes or no? All functions of functions of all the department ensures all the activities and aims at accomplishing an organizational goal. So coordinate integrates all the functions. Coordinates integrates all the functions of management. Okay, so it works as an unity of action. It is a continuous process. So coordination is also never-ending process. Okay, that means it will start with planning, then it will until controlling, then it will start with planning. So it is never an ending process. Coordination is all pervasive. Coordination is present everywhere. Coordination is present in all the functions of management. Okay, so all the activities of an organization are interrelated and interdependent, and thus coordination is required at all levels in all departments. So coordination is pervasive. That means it is present everywhere. Okay. The next one is coordination is the responsibility of all managers. That means what? Every manager is required to perform the functions of coordination. All the managers have to perform this function. Okay. Why? Because the top level management, isn't it, coordinates the activities to the subordinates. That means the top level management will coordinate its activities to the subordinate. Then the subordinate will coordinate its activities to the workers, isn't it? So in that way, in each department there are heads. Okay. So all these managers will have to perform these functions of coordination. Then the sixth one is, what is it? Coordination is a deliberate function. That means what? Coordination is not an easy task. That's what it says. We have to do coordination very carefully. Okay. So a manager is required to coordinate the efforts of different people towards the common goal of an organization. So these are the characteristics of coordination. The first one is it integrates group efforts. Second is ensures unity of action. Third is it is a continuous process. The fourth one is it is pervasive function. Okay. The fifth is it is responsibility. Okay, responsibility of all managers. And the last one, that is the sixth one, is it is a deliberate function. Okay. So the last topic for today will be importance of coordination. Why is coordination important in an organization? Or what is the importance of coordination in an organization? Okay, so the first one is growth in size. Growth in size. That means what? The need of coordination arises when the organization starts growing in size, isn't it? Now, as the years goes by, the company, okay, or the business organization also start growing, isn't that? Start expanding. So when it start expanding, that means what? It automatically increases number of employees, isn't that? So employees with different values and different experiences, different goals become a part of the organization. Okay, so this coordination does is that in order to bring harmony in an organization, management has to integrate this personal goal along with the organizational goal through coordination. Okay, so the first one is because of increase in size, it enables them to coordinate one another. The second one is functional differentiation. What is functional differentiation? The organization is divided into different functions, isn't it? And each department has different section, and all these departments work in isolation and independently. So the work of coordination ensure that this departments or the sections are a part of the organization and then strive towards a predetermined goal. Okay, so the functional differentiation. The last point is specialization. Now see, in a modern organization, because of advanced technology, diversification, use of high tech technology, what happens is that an organization requires some specialists. Specialist means someone who is expert, isn't it, in dealing some maybe a computer operator or some technologies. Okay, so the organization hires such specialists who thinks that they can handle their job. Okay, so in that situation, what happens is that sometimes it becomes confusion among the specialists and the head of department, and so this coordination is there to reconcile the differences between the specialist and the head of department, okay, or the various department to achieve an organizational objectives. So these are the importance of coordination. Let me just highlight the points again. Growth in size, okay, functional differentiation and specialization. So students, with this we have come to the end of the first chapter. You may be following my my explanation, but until and unless you read your textbook, okay, it will not be that helpful to you also. That's why I request you all to please read the textbook and then you follow my explanation. with this, we have come to the end of today's class. We will continue next another chapter, okay, in our next class. Thank you.